streaming. Oh, man. Yeah, there's a huge shirt with Robert Downey Jr.'s face on it, and I kind of want it.
You do need it.
Like, it's just Robert Downey Jr., just a face of... Do they have Nick Cage shirts like that?
Oh my gosh.
If they don't, then why do I even not... Why am I even here? Nick Cage face t-shirt. Oh, that one's concerning. I'm just gonna look Nick Cage shirt. They have like pictures of his face that are really weird. I don't know what to think of this. I know what I'm getting my bestie for Christmas though.
Are you getting her the Nick Cage shirt?
The half naked pillowcase.
Oh my god. I get my Christmas present from my bestie in a month, and so does she gets hers from me because we decide we just get each other stuff at Disneyland.
That's a good idea too.
Yes.
We're probably live. Hello.
We're probably live. Okay, well,
Stream maybe. I think. I don't know. We probably are. I was busy looking at pictures of Nicolas Cage on T-shirts.
And I was tweeting out our subject.
Oh, and I kept this as World of Darkness because I'm an idiot.
Oh,
but I was too busy. But it's okay.
Oh no!
It's okay.
Do I have to change my accent then?
You do.
So here's the question: should I use the external English accent or the internal Irish one? And no one's actually ever commented on it, which makes me laugh.
Nobody said a word because they're boys.
They're boys. They didn't notice it.
They had no idea.
Yeah.
No idea.
It's hilarious.
So let's see here. Hello.
Hello.
Mothers of Geeks.
Oh, why'd you put our episode number on my note?
I put it on my see, I actually did that part. I just didn't change that we're a talk show, not World of Darkness. Whatevs.
It's us. It's always a chance of World of Darkness.
Whatever. I am currently looking for a shirt that has Nicolas Cage's face on it. That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
That would complete me.
That would complete you. Also, an Iron Man shirt.
And an Iron Man shirt. I think those are easier to find than...
They are. Had I thought about it, I would have worn mine, but instead I'm wearing my fabulous Surrendry-inspired Freddy Krueger dress.
Look at that. I'm so happy.
The little slinky dress that's in Freddy Krueger colors.
I'm so excited by that. There is a shirt that has Nicolas Cage on it. It's called the Killer Condo Satanic Nicolas Cage unisex t-shirt.
God. Oh my God.
It's Nicolas Cage and he has an upside down cross on his face.
Oh my God. That sounds to me like you need to actually make a villain in World of Darkness that looks like Nick Cage.
Done.
Just so you can wear... Now we know what Jeremy looks like.
Done.
Yes.
I wonder if I could show this. I could show this to the stream. But you don't even need... this is concerning.
Yeah.
It's... Why? Who made this? And why? Oh, I really know why.
So we're gonna go into our Nick Cage show a little later, however.
Yeah. So how did you geek this week, friend?
How have I geeked this week? So we had World of Darkness on Saturday, which no longer shows us what we're streaming. Good time. I know sometimes, we just have these kind of off the cuff games where you have like, okay, I need them to find this out or do this by the end of it. The rest is all character development. So we actually had some really fun time as a pack with, Remy getting dragged down to the water. That's always good.
I'm a fan.
Yeah, me too. Ryan and I have been, so Rebels is on its last 6 episodes. It just restarted last Monday.
Mm-hmm.
But we saved them. So we saved them for Sunday morning.
Yes.
Yeah, not good. We watched 2 episodes in a row. Not good.
So I saw a video from IGN talking about did Rebels just change the face of Star Wars?
They did. Yeah. So that was on Monday's episode.
Okay.
Yeah, they did something really interesting. One of the characters pulled another character through time. Not very far. It's something that happened fairly recently, but they were in a Jedi temple that had some really interesting portals.
Okay.
And he went from... And he saw something going on that he had seen previous, like it happened previously, where like he was blocked off from it.
Right.
But it took him back to that point, and he was able to actually pull somebody out of
Really?
the situation. Yes. So it was really interesting, but I don't know if they can do it again because the temple no longer exists.
Huh.
So the last week's episodes was devastating, but it's something that needed to happen. You knew it had to happen. This week's was a lot more hopeful, but they still was a touch of sadness. Just because you deal. A major character died in the first episode of this half season.
And you said that you thought that was going to happen.
They had, yes. Yeah, I knew. Basically, the only thing that for sure, and this is not a spoiler because if you saw Rogue One, you heard it. We only know for sure that 2 characters will survive for sure. My girl Hera, as you heard in Rogue. Oh God, she's my girl. Because she's Space Mom and she's wonderful.
Right.
Because you heard her paged in Rogue One. They paged General Sedula.
Right.
And then you saw her droid Chopper like this and the corner of the screen.
Okay.
So they at least survived the series. That's all we know. Right. She makes it. She's gonna be a broken woman. I think, or somebody, she's gonna have a reason to fight and a reason to, an inner fire. But I think she might be a little broken by the end of the series. And we only have 2 episodes left, and that's this Monday.
Wow, that's always fun.
So that's how I geeked, and I geeked with my kid, and I love doing that.
That's awesome.
How did you geek this week?
I ran WAD.
Yes.
Which is always a difficult task. I had no ideas, and then it worked. And then it worked, so it was fine. Like I literally started with nothing and was like, what am I going to do? Yeah. And then it just worked out perfectly.
Yeah.
I got my ass beat. You did get your ass beat.
It's fine. It's how you learn.
It's fine. Everything's fine.
Yeah.
And then I got my tattoo on Thursday, which you can see.
Oh my God, it's looking. Oh, so are you through the ugly itchy stage?
Kind of. Like I got some like the darker areas, right? Right there. There's a couple scabs. I can touch it though without fear.
It's beautiful. It's so detailed.
Yeah, there's my little corn. We're gonna go through it with gray.
Okay.
And then bring in my Game of Thrones tattoo into it.
Yeah.
And combined it with my memorial tattoo. So we're all gonna kind of make a half sleeve. I just don't know what to put back here. I'm debating.
Yeah.
And then we discussed like this arm. So I'm going on the 22nd, which is a Thursday, to get the gray started. And then I will go and they're also going to do my PUBG tattoo that night over here. Oh,
cool. Yeah, so that's so cute.
No, we're thinking placement. So like here is going to be.
I'm good to that right there.
Well, this is
what
reserved.
What do you have spot for the inside of your right arm?
Pyramid Head from Silent Hill.
Oh, perfect.
He's going here. And then, so I'm thinking like down here or in this area, we're around here. So it'll be fine. We'll fit it.
Yeah.
Just trying to find room on the arms and to make everything work well with each other. Yeah.
I think it's the hard thing when you're not doing it like our buddy Matt, he has a sleeve he's working on, but they planned it all out in one session.
Right.
So, and then did, the line work and now doing the filling in. And I think I have the same thing going on with my geek arm because I know I want it to be geeky. I know I want it to be steampunk, but then how do you get those all in?
It gets there. Like, I did not think I'd be able to combine Korn with the memorial tattoo with Game of Thrones.
Right.
And I mean, I even have the World Darkness tattoo down here and Iron Man and Loki here. So it's kind of like, you got to kind of find ways with colors to match if you're going kind of weird.
Yeah. So it's very unique. It's very you, but it's also unified. It's what your long-term goal is.
Right. I mean, I only have one real sleeve planned, and it's going to be my leg sleeve. We're calling it a sleeve.
Right. Yeah.
And it's going to be all aliens. So I have 2.
Oh, God.
I have 2.
Yes.
I need to get more. But I'm kind of like filling up other areas because I know what I want there. Like next is a queen that's going to go on my upper thigh. A huge
awesome.
Huge queen.
Right.
And then we're putting Jonesy the cat in there somewhere, just like little little things from the movies that I know, and that people that are fans would like, oh, I remember that, or oh, that's amazing. And I might put like the loader that she drives around in one of them. I don't like to do people, so I probably won't put like.
I agree. People are hard.
Maybe like LV 426 on there and just things like that. So like we have that whole leg planned.
Right.
We're just working on placement and things like that.
Yeah. Very cool.
So we're getting there. It's fun.
Nice.
I love tattoo time.
Me too.
It didn't hurt, but I'm also not a baby, so.
It also has an exceptionally high threshold for pain. You have ink all over, and you're a mom, and you've had 2 kids, and that's a painful experience.
I do. I have lots of ink.
Yep.
My artist just loves me, and I love her.
That's great.
Yes. So what did you geek over this week, my dear?
Okay, well, so my best friend and I have a tradition, and I think we're like at 10 years running now. We do the Oscar movie marathon, which was so much easier when it was only 5 movies, because now it's 2 weekends. And it is AMC Theater here. I know there's a few other ones, a few other theater chains. They do the Oscar movie showcases.
Okay.
Which is basically 2 Saturdays of the best nominated movies.
Okay.
So this week, or last week Saturday, was The Phantom Thread, which was really great until the very end. You're like, what the hell just happened? Lady Bird, which was a really cute coming-of-age story, female written, directed, really great. And then 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. That? Intense. Really, really intense.
It's on Amazon, so I was thinking.
As a mother, it's there's some things that really get you, but I think you can relate to it. And that really kind of looks at, a lot of, racism is a huge thing in that movie. Okay. They deal with because one of the cops he's kind of ends up redeeming himself, but just horribly racist. But it's also small town South, which I know from friends who have lived there. Yeah, it is terribly racist.
Right.
But it's a cool movie, and Frances McDormand's character is just kick-ass in a very interesting way. Right. Woody Harrelson has a great part. It's a really great movie. I suggest Lady Bird. I suggest 3 Billboards. Phantom Thread I don't know if you saw my text afterwards. I'm like, yeah, it was really great until you got to the Munchausen at 10 minutes into the till the end of it. You're like, what the hell?
Hi, Clay. I see you.
Hello, Clay. I did skip my favorite movies of the Oscar movies so far because I wanted to get to game. The last movie they showed was Shape of Water, which I really, really enjoyed, but I already seen, and you guys were more important.
Aw. You're so sweet.
And then this Saturday is the rest of them. It's 5 movies. So I will be at the theater from 10 in the morning until 10 at night at least.
What are the 5 this was Saturday?
So the 5 this Saturday, my mind just went completely blank. I know Get Out.
And then she
I
forgot
did. Get Out. Done. Wow. The Darkest Hour.
Mm-hmm.
Starts with Done. It is Done what? Oh gosh.
Oh, Dunkirk.
Dunkirk. Thank you. Get Out, Darkest Hour, Dunkirk. Wow. 1 second.
So I've seen Get Out.
Yeah. I want to see it.
It's fine.
Fine.
I mean, it's a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's very, very hyped.
Okay.
For what it is. I thought it was fine.
Yeah.
Would I watch it again? Maybe.
All right.
But I wasn't like, oh, the best movie I've ever seen in my life.
Right.
Kind of situation.
Oh, Call Me By Your Name.
Okay.
And The Post.
Oh, I've heard The Post is good.
Yeah. So there's a lot of, it's a lot of heavy movies. So I'm kind of I think the lightest movie of them I'll be seeing is Get Out.
Probably.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to it. It's a great time. The other thing I finally started is I geeked out over is one of my girlfriends, Tracy, came over on Sunday night and we started Black Mirror.
Such a good show.
Such a good show. It's one of those interesting things is I knew what the first episode was, so I wasn't shocked. She had no idea.
Oh, you didn't warn her?
No.
Meanie.
So, yeah. I did enjoy the second episode over the first, though. I think the second one stayed with me in a really compelling way. Mm-hmm. The first one was was uncomfortable but interesting.
The first episode's the worst one of the entire series. Like, of
That is
all
what I
4
hear.
seasons.
That is what I hear.
Of all 4 seasons, it's the worst.
And it was so funny because I was listening to TMS today, and they started talking about that as well.
Really?
Yeah, I'm like, hilarious, because I just watched that. Yeah, so that's what I geeked over this week. What did you geek over?
I don't even know if I geeked over. I've been working so much that I have like nothing
Yeah.
to geek over. Now, we did start Altered Carbon, which is excellent.
Yes.
We're only 2 episodes in, but it's very good.
It's very good. It is one of those shows that you have to wait till the kids go to bed.
There's a lot of penis in it.
Yeah. There's a lot of full frontal going on there.
A lot of women.
I want to watch it as well.
A lot of everything going on. Just whole package.
Yeah.
I was excited. I was excited to see that Rick Flag from Suicide Squad.
Mm-hmm.
He was the guy who was in love with Enchantress.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the human Enchantress. He's in it. He's the main character, and I did not know that going into it. However, he lost his terrible accent, and I was very excited about because that accent annoyed me the entire Suicide Squad movie, and I love that movie, and it was horrifying, that accent. So we got that, and that was fun. I really like to get into shows like that, and I've also watched the show Everything Sucks on Netflix as well, which is about teenagers in 1996. So it's very relatable because, I mean, I was 10 in 96, so I wasn't a teen, but I was preteen, and I remember all the music, and I remember the stuff like that.
Yeah,
that's like high school. Very good. Very, very good show. Half-hour episodes, 1 season up. Took no time to get through it all, but it was very good. Yeah.
Very cool.
That's about it. I mean, like I said, I've been working all the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
It's been like yesterday. I got out of work and I'm like, this has been the longest week ever. Oh, it's Tuesday.
Yeah, that's how I felt too. I thought today was Friday. It's not.
Yeah. No, it's Wednesday. But that's okay because we have the show tonight.
Exactly. But it's not Friday.
No.
Not at all. Yeah, but I'm toying around with tattoos with my bestie.
Cool.
And an ear piercing. I might get
What are you gonna get done?
I might get the migraine piercing done just to.
Good idea. Just see what happens.
See what's it gonna hurt. It's just another piercing in my ear.
Exactly, and it's a cool spot for piercing too.
It is. So. It is. I have so many piercings, it doesn't bother me.
I really would like another like cartilage piercing or one of the other areas in my ear.
Mm-hmm. I love the conch. That's the one that's like directly in the middle.
Yeah. I like you though. I need to get 2 because I need the even number.
Yes.
Also the odd number. I like the odd numbers.
How many do you have? You have even number ear piercings?
No, I have 7.
Ooh.
I have 7, and then I have nose and navel. So I have 9 piercings. So I'd want to do 11.
I have. Hold on. 5, 4, 5, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
Okay.
Yeah, 16. So I had more. I had my eyebrow double pierced and my lip pierced. So
well, a lot of piercings, girl.
They're fun.
They are. It's individuality.
And they're not
it's fun and funky.
Do you know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah.
So
it's not like a tattoo. It's not like a tattoo where if you decide that you're done with it, it's going to be painful and long.
Are you looking through it, Heather? Are you looking through there? I see a human.
Through what? No.
The slots.
Oh yes. No. I did see.
There he is. He's right
I
there.
think someone.
Staring.
Yes.
I was like, "There's somebody back there." I hoped it was you. I hoped it was you. So, kids geek stuff. What's going on other than watching Rebels?
So Ryan has been getting into Lord of the Rings.
Love it.
Yep. So she's been watching Fellowship like crazy lately. And yesterday I'm like, I had some girlfriends over, and we're all geeks, and we all have our favorite characters. So I'm like, so baby girl, I just gotta ask you, who's your favorite? Thinks for a minute. It's like, Pippin. I really like Pippin. And I'm like, yes, because Pippin's my favorite. I'm Pippin.
Out of the Hobbits, my favorite was Merry.
Yeah.
Because he was really hot. When I was little, he was super
hot.
Like,
yeah.
When I was little. I mean,
yeah.
Think about it. I was like, go Merry. And I don't know, Legolas. He can walk on snow.
Well, and Cam's favorites are Legolas and Aragorn.
Well, yeah. Everybody loves Aragorn, no matter what. Oh, yeah.
He's a great character. So I was really proud, though, that we have that there's 2 Pippins in the house. And she also really likes, Gimli, and she likes Legolas as well. But yeah, she answered Pippin. I was very happy.
I had a Legolas doll, like a figure. I don't know where it is now. I think
Yeah.
I sold it. Oh, sorry, I sold it on eBay. I don't know why I would buy that. It's very strange.
My friend Kat probably bought it.
Does it have a scratch on its nose? If it has a scratch on its
I
nose.
don't know. I'll have to ask.
It was in his box.
There.
And
Yeah.
like somehow the nose was too long, so it touched the plastic of the box and scratched the tip of the nose off. Yes.
Yeah, because we're my girlfriends there are 9 of us, so we actually all have characters that are associated with Lord of the Rings.
Aww.
Yeah.
That's cute. I'm glad Pippin is getting some love because
Me too.
I'm just saying he does ruin a lot of stuff.
Oh, totally. He's as awkward as hell.
The cause of Gandalf's death.
Yeah, no, he's awkward.
That's way past awkward. He got Gandalf murdered. That's
Gandalf got better. Gandalf got better.
Just because you get revived doesn't mean you're not the cause of death. Okay. It doesn't mean anything.
As somehow now the healer in multiple games, I'll remember that.
Please remember, just because you come back to life does not mean the person at fault is not at fault. That's why we have hauntings.
We're gonna have to use that on Aegis. Anyways,
I like that idea.
Yeah. So, what about your kid geek stuff?
Really, they haven't been they just really like these weird tablet games where they have cities.
Mm-hmm.
And they put people in different rooms and dress them up.
Okay.
And one's a vet, say they had to go do vet stuff, and one's a doctor, one does doctor stuff. So it's back and forth like that. They're very strange. They're very strange children. We asked if they want to go see Black Panther, and they said no. So we tried to go see it with them. And then playing a lot of board games. That Mario Monopoly is so fun. Cool. And Logan's getting it. Like he's getting the counting and the adding, which is nice because you worry like they don't, not worry, but it's like they're little. So how do you know that he's going to remember, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? The highest you have to really count to is 6, right? So that's been fun we always make him count when we move. He has to do it himself and say the numbers out loud.
That's a really great way to, make alliances in your family and or divisions.
This one?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Tried to roll the board.
Oh my god!
I had to turn the kids. I was like, no, he can't win.
Yeah,
didn't work. I rolled a 1 at least 8 times in a row.
Who are you, Al?
I know, and you roll like a special dice with it. Like you roll 1 die and then a special die, and that special die allows you to do things like there's a green shell, red shell, the PAL button, the squid, and then 3 coins. So if you roll the 3 coins, you get 3 coins. I rolled that 8 times in a row as well. It was just, but they kept getting stolen. It didn't matter.
Yeah,
it didn't matter.
Fine. I have to look at that for the family.
It's fun.
I would love it.
Easy, very very simplistic form, so it's definitely for the kids. But it's very fun. I liked it a lot. Okay. So what kind of news you got going on here today?
I got some news. So this one actually relates directly to one of my geeky things with my kid. So Dave Filoni, who is a producer of Rebels, says that a new series announcement is coming soon. So originally there was rumors that he'd be doing some live action directing for Star Wars. That pretty much probably is not going to happen. But in a recent interview with Animation Magazine, Filoni talked about his experience working on Clone Wars and Rebels and teased that there's an announcement that's going to be coming soon. When it comes to Lucasfilm, they kind of treat animation with the same respect they do with the movies. It's part of the story. So the animated stuff is canon.
Right.
That's one of the things when they basically got rid of the EU, they said, all right, if it's in this form, it is canon.
Right.
So, Rebels is canon, Clone Wars is canon, anything like that.
Are the video games?
I think some of them are, some of them aren't.
Okay. I was just wondering
I don't remember where that line is. I think anything going forward would be.
Okay. Well,
so that's kind of how, right. So what they've said though is he's hinted that he is going to be doing something in Star Wars again, but it will be animated.
Okay. Well,
Yeah. So I'm hoping after Monday we will find out what it's going to be.
Exciting. It's exciting.
Yeah. Once I watch it, I might be a mess. I don't know yet. It's been a fun journey watching it with Rye.
That's good. That's good. I'm glad
it's
you
like
guys
our
were there. Yeah.
Yes. So what is your news article? Because
Everybody here
I saw this, and we all know how much you love the D&D movie.
I love the original D&D movie. It's my jam. I haven't seen it in many years. Maybe it's not my jam anymore, but when I was...
Like, we should, like, our version of Film Sack it or something.
Yeah. So, everybody knows that the new D&D movie is coming. I talked about it before because I'm very excited about it. 2021, which is not soon enough. Let me just tell you. And Chris McKay as director, possibly.
Okay, so how do we know Chris McKay?
Lego Batman movie, which was fantastic.
Awesome. So this sounds like this is right up your alley.
And he's supposed to direct Nightwing, which I know is up your alley.
Yes. Love me some Dick Grayson.
That was a very perfect pause. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So I'm excited because I just think that it's gonna be different this time. It's been 21. It'll be 21 years. So 2000 is when the first D&D movie came out. 21 years. So you know.
And I think it's the right time for it. And the reason being is D&D is bigger than it has. It is so weird. D&D is bigger than it has ever been.
It's strange.
The 5th ed stuff has outsold every other version.
Yeah.
Together. And I know it's, we have Stranger Things and we have, Critical Role and Critical Hit and Hammond Quest and all these things where D&D is becoming accessible to normals.
To norms.
So they're interested. Normies. Plus you have D&D clubs in high school and D&D clubs in junior high. So I agree. It is going to be very different this time.
I'm going to also say I know why this is going to win. You ready?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The date the movie's set to be released is July 23rd, 2021. Now, July 23rd is what
You're
day?
kidding me. Oh my God, it's your birthday?
That also means July 23rd, 2021 is a Friday.
Friday.
So, I'm going to celebrate that one.
Yes. Oh my God, that's awesome.
See? And then I could take the kids because it's D&D.
Right. Yes. Yeah.
So for my birthday, that year, this better rock the house.
You should have like a D&D party.
I'm gonna have a countdown.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a D&D party. Ain't no party like a D&D party.
Right? Until the healer dies. Yeah.
And we take all our potions.
Yeah. And then bargain with any available deities or higher powers to revive the healer. I mean, I've heard that's what happens.
I've heard that's what happens.
Yeah.
I hear deals have been made, hands have been shook.
Yep.
So
Destinies have been changed.
We're doing a little bit of a different show tonight than we've ever done.
We are.
Because we have a topic that was suggested.
And it's a great suggestion, and we're running with it.
Because it's fun.
It is fun, and it's very close to our heart.
Near and dear.
Both our hearts, yes.
Both of our hearts.
It is a Batman versus Iron Man.
Bum, bum, bum. I'm thinking that needed music. Just want to.
Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and drop some stats on you.
Drop them. Knowledge bomb.
Because I've done some research. Wow, really? I never did research.
Ever.
All right. Date created. Batman. Well, date first, first appearance has this. March of 1936. Iron Man, June of 1963.
Bam. Knowledge
Bam.
drop.
This one's really interesting, though. First TV appearance, Batman 1966. Iron Man 1966.
That's kind of strange, huh?
It is. It really is. First movie appearance, Batman 1943. Iron Man 2008.
With that gem.
It surprised me. It surprised me that the Iron Man movie was the first appearance of Iron Man on the big screen.
On the big screen.
Movie gross.
This one.
Now,
I like this one.
This is live action only.
Mm-hmm.
This also includes any live action movies they have been in. Oh no, it's not live action for Batman because I did include the Lego Batman movie. But
I agree with
Batman
that one.
Specific, so, right. Batman 4.661 billion.
Boom.
Iron Man, 6.975 billion.
You go, Iron Man.
Also, though, he's at an advantage because the fact that all those movies are since 2008. It includes some of the biggest movies of all time.
So let's think about it, though. How many movies is that? That's Iron Man 1, 2, and 3.
Mm-hmm.
Is that Avengers 1 and 2?
Avengers 1 and 2, Winter Soldier, and Spider-Man Homecoming.
And Civil War?
Yeah. I'm sorry. I meant Civil War, not Winter Soldier. Excuse me.
7 movies.
Uh-huh.
How many movies does Batman have?
All right, so we have the first so we have the 4. So we have the two Tim Burtons, the Joel Schumacher. So we have the 4. Then we have the 3 Nolans, and then we have Justice League.
Are you also including
and
Suicide Squad?
Lego Batman. I did not include Suicide Squad, but that's only gonna put it up maybe to 5.
I know. Don't even mock my Suicide.
I'm not gonna look it up. I'm gonna say 5. I'm gonna say it's gonna put up to 5.
10 movies.
Right. But, but yeah, so it's really interesting. But like I said, Iron Man has the advantage.
He does.
Just because some of those movies are have the highest money makers of all time.
Right. I agree.
So this, however, I found something really fabulous while searching. I wanted to know the character net worth. I found a really interesting article on Time's website that actually broke down the 5 richest characters.
I just opened it because I needed to see.
It's great. It's great. Batman, by the way, and so neither of our 2 boys are the number 1.
I just looked up who the number 1 was.
It makes sense. He's a king.
It's playing music. I'm sorry.
He's a king of a very technologically advanced country.
Right.
And they have vibranium. Anyway, so obviously now you guys know who number 1 is. That's T'Challa at like 90.2 trillion. Yeah. But Batman, his net worth is 9.2 billion. Wayne Industries is worth 31.3 billion.
Wow.
Iron Man, his net worth is 12.4 billion. Stark Industries is only worth 20.3 billion, but then again, he is also known to do more philanthropy. I can't speak. He's a philanthropist.
He's a philanthropist.
Yes.
Yes. However, also we have to remember that Stark Industries stopped selling weapons.
Correct.
So if they would have kept selling weapons,
take a big chunk out of their
exactly
out of their net worth. Yep. So that is breaking it down. Batman versus Superman.
Those are just the numbers.
Those are the numbers.
So I think we need to tell me who's your favorite.
All right. So I will say it depends on what age you ask me at.
Okay.
Batman was one of my first 2 experiences with comic book characters. Mm-hmm. It was pretty much at the same time Batman and Spider-Man introduced. When I was a kid, they played Batman after schools when I would see it. Mm-hmm. So the Adam West live action, plus at the same time there was the Justice League animated cartoon.
Okay.
So Batman was one of my very first memories of seeing a superhero.
Okay.
And I really enjoyed the show. I enjoyed the concept. The way they were geared at that time was much more the tongue-in-cheek, not the Dark Knight we know. Mm-hmm. So growing up, I really did love Batman.
Same. Okay.
But, pun completely intended, I am a Marvel girl. I have been a Marvel comic book reader since I started reading comics. Mm-hmm. I remember my first introduction to Iron Man. There were some few bits here and there with crossovers with the X-Men, especially when you dealt with like the character Beast, mm-hmm. Since he was both an X-Men and an Avenger. Also, we dealt with him in an old Heroes game we were playing back in. Yes. So we were like the next generation of X-Men. Yeah. But my character was a scientist.
Oh, that's cool.
So she interacted with Tony Stark.
Awesome.
So I would say though, as like, as an adult, I prefer Tony.
Okay.
I really do I like Iron Man. I will though be kind of trendy because really where he came into my eye was the movie. Because of, let's face it,
Have you seen
before
him?
that, he's seen it. Perfectly cast. But before the movies, Iron Man really was considered a B level character.
Oh, for sure. Like
Yeah.
there's no even lying about that.
Yeah.
It's interesting on how this all played out. So we've talked about it before, about how, I mean, to me, same as you, I didn't grow up reading comics. We know this about me. But I did grow up watching a ton of movies that were not appropriate for my age group.
This is very true.
Again, Cruel Intentions. No, I shouldn't have watched it.
No.
So Batman Returns came out in 92. I watched it in 92. And I watched all the other ones, and I vividly remember owning the VHS tapes and having my aunt and uncle play them over and over again. The first one I saw in theater was, which one did I see in theater? Batman Forever?
I'm sorry. I mean, I saw it in the theater as well.
Maybe it was Batman Forever.
I don't know. Do you remember Suit Me Up, Uncle Alfred, or do you remember Poison Ivy and...
Forever was 95.
When
was Poison Ivy? What was that one?
She was in Batman Forever.
And Batman and Robin was what year? Let me see here.
I want to say 96 or 97.
97.
Okay.
So
yeah.
I did see I saw Batman Forever and Batman and Robin in the theater with my uncle. And I was young, 95. I was 9 years old. It was 97. I was 11. There was amazing movies. I loved it. I thought it was great.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. So cool. But I was so little.
So little. Right. Because I mean, they are such camp as compared to the first though. You know what though? Batman and Batman Returns though are a lot campier than the Nolan version.
Yeah.
It certainly isn't the Adam West version.
No.
But it is considerably campier than what how he eventually became.
And I still rank up there. Batman Returns is a really, really good movie.
It is.
Really love that movie.
Yeah.
And as a kid, I wanted to be Catwoman. Like I was like, this is the best. She's so cool.
Oh, yeah.
Because she's not really bad, but she's not good, and she's just,
And Michelle Pfeiffer is distractingly beautiful.
God,
always.
Still now, to this day.
Still now. Yes. Yeah.
To this day. So I do love me some Batman. However, Iron Man has stolen my heart.
So what is it about Iron Man that appeals to you?
Oh, God, just his can-do attitude. No,
no, honey, he's rich.
that's right. Forgot.
I forgot.
So my first time with Iron Man. My bike's named Iron Man, by the way.
That's awesome.
It is. I put it on Twitter. People thought it was funny. Nope, not many guys did. But my first time seeing Iron Man was in the movie, and I saw it and was instantly entranced by the entire situation. I mean, he was a jerk.
Yeah.
He was rich. He was a drunk. And he had sex with a lot of people. And we were like, this is amazing. Because he was perfect for it. He was perfect.
Well, honestly, when you look at the casting, it really was... Robert Downey Jr. had been, much like Tony, just an F-up. Really, really talented and really, really brilliant.
Right.
But somebody that was squandering their potential.
Right.
And was cocky as hell.
Right. And all know I love the anti-hero. And granted, Iron Man is not... Batman's more anti-hero than Iron Man, in my opinion. And that's just how I kind of always felt about him. I see him more as the Dark Knight than the... Than the Ben Affleck version, which is very, very good guy to me. They've really changed his appeal.
But you think about the way Batman has changed through history, through comic book history. He really was he wasn't as dark until you get to the Frank Miller stuff.
Which is beautifully done.
In fact, my favorite version of Robin is Carrie Kelly.
You do love Carrie Kelly.
I do. I should find the pictures someday because I was her one year.
You love it.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, they did that, and they did that with the movies too. Like they've made. I mean, when you think of like Val Kilmer and Michael Keaton,
Mm-hmm.
Bat nipples, the
Right.
Bat nipples gate of whatever year that was of
Right.
95. That was a different kind of Batman, but they all
It really was.
all three of them were playing the same Batman.
Right.
They were trying to be the same person. There was never really
Right.
any change. Then they hit you with, Nolan's Batman and
Right.
the darkness.
And darkness. And it's really interesting because I think, especially like with Michael Keaton's a better Bruce Wayne than Batman.
Oh, for
He
sure.
plays Bruce Wayne so well. Where Christian Bale is the opposite.
I
He's
1,000% agree.
He is a much better Batman
Yep.
than Bruce Wayne. Where Robert Downey Jr. is the whole package because there isn't really a change between the two characters.
Right.
Because he doesn't have to be.
Right.
He refuses to have that.
That split.
Right.
He doesn't hide.
He does not have a secret identity.
And
It's an advantage.
And it's funny because, again, that's what we get with the DC versus Marvel, the secret identity versus out there. Because everybody knows who Hulk is. Everybody knows who Iron Man is. Everybody knows who Captain America is. In DC, nobody can figure out who Wonder Woman is. And it bothers me because she looks identical.
Right. Well, I think Wonder Woman not as much because she's not as the character is. Well, no, she is in the public eye. But like Batman, that makes sense that you can't because he is covered.
Right.
Anybody that interacts with Superman, though, you would think.
Glasses
right.
change a person. You forget when I take these off. You forget who I am.
Very true.
You just don't know.
Yeah. So I do. So if you had to pick one.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. Our boyfriend.
Iron Man. My boyfriend. I have
we
him
have now
tattooed on my body. I have
I know.
him and my other boyfriend tattooed on my body.
Yes.
Because I have Loki here. Everybody
Right.
thinks, who's everything I got tattooed on here? They're like, that's Thor. And I said,
No. Well, brothers.
brothers
Or
from another mother,
Yeah.
father.
at least in the MCU.
Well, yeah. So, no, I mean, that's my boy right there.
Yeah.
I love him. I just only had a Batman shirt to wear.
And I do own a Team Stark shirt, so I should have worn it, but I wanted to wear my Freddy dress.
Which I love.
I have a question. I don't know. Do you have a deviation in your family when it comes to, the Civil War teams?
Oh.
Because we've discussed it. And my husband really is Captain America.
He really is.
Yeah.
We have first had a deviation between Remy and myself over the importance of Batman in life. She was obsessed with Batman for a very long time.
Which I think is a wonderful thing.
It's a wonderful thing. We watched
So was Ryan.
It was a weird phase where we had like these massive Batman doll that she carried on everywhere, and then we had like buy figures, and I'm fine with it, but it was really, really strange. And I told her Iron Man was better.
Right.
And she was 4 and disagreed because she was 4. So I'm fine with that.
So our girls went through the Batman phase at the same time.
It's a weird phase, and Logan hasn't hit it yet. He loves Hulk.
Which, well, I know his influences, and I know he has many reasons to love Hulk.
So in Civil War, I obviously picked Iron Man's side, but we drew a lot of parallels to Magneto and
Xavier, definitely.
Xavier in that sense. And Drew loves Captain America more than Iron Man, so like we don't fight over it, but I definitely root for Iron Man's side because I think he's right.
I had a hard time with it because I understand. Like, I understood why. If it was a personal situation, I'm like, yeah, I would actually be on Team Rogers.
Right.
However, I just like Iron Man better. So I'm going to go on that side. Plus, we're both in the compliance field.
We are.
So there are certain things that you have to follow. So... Yeah, we've in fact got a really interesting discussion in a team meeting over the two sides, dealing when it comes to in a compliance environment.
We have to make training and awareness this year, and I'm going to do that.
Yes.
Done.
Yeah.
Rubber stamped. It's just, it's funny because like I said, it draws me back to the Magneto and Xavier thing. And I've always liked, again, I did not read the comics, so no judgment, but I liked the first movies because that's all I had access to.
Right.
And I've always been intrigued with Magneto's side. Not that I didn't love Hugh Jackman as Wolverine and Rogue and all of them in there. I really thought his side had a point.
Very much so, very much so. And they always, and honestly, from the 90s on out, they very much made Magneto in the comics more of an anti-hero than a villain.
Right.
You sympathize with him. Now, originally in this, in the 60s and even like through the Chris Byrne, Chris Claremont. I'll tell you that one later. Chris Claremont, John Byrne time period, it very much was Magneto as the villain.
And I think that we've changed a lot of our villain structure, though, in general. I know we're supposed to like be Batman versus Iron Man, but think of their villains in general.
Mm-hmm.
Because even in the 90s, Penguin was a villain.
Right, right.
Nowadays, the Joker is not a full villain. He has a point. He is psychotic. It's not just he's out there to be a villain. He's out there doing something different. It's more complex.
Now, I will say one thing that I like when it comes to Batman, that they've done really well. He does evolve. Again, originally he was a little lighter. Then you got the Frank Miller bringing out that darkness and that complexity. And then even when you get to things like, of course, the animated series,
which is amazing.
It's one of my favorite things ever, and any version of it, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
I loved in the 90s. I loved Batman the Animated Series that Paul Dini did.
Yes.
Even the one from when Rye was little, and I can't. You still had Kevin Conroy doing Batman. He's my favorite Batman. It's Kevin Conroy. But that a really interesting evolution, even to Gotham, where from everyone I know who's watched Gotham, it's some really great world building, and where it doesn't focus on Bruce as much, it focuses on his environment.
Right, which matters. It shaped him.
It really does. It really does. And, again, making those villains interesting, making them complex. And I think that is one place that Batman really has always done well, even from the Tim Burton era.
Right.
Is the villains have always been interesting.
I think. Sorry, there's a lot of noise behind me. I think that in general, the DC universe has way better villains than Marvel. I just do. I think that they're just better. They're more complex. They know what they're doing. They have better ways of destroying everybody. They're not. I don't know. Like some of the villains I see, I'm just like. I mean, Steppenwolf was different because I thought he was stupid, but.
Right. But you're right, because even though it comes to Marvel movies, the villains aren't as interesting. Now, they have great anti-heroes. Again, we can go back to Magneto. We can go back to the White Queen, who eventually became a hero. We can look at a lot of that. So there's really interesting anti-heroes, but I agree, DC has really good villains, and that might also be because DC has that longer history.
And you know what, though? But I think the best villain that Marvel has had was actually in the Thor movie with Hela. She was awesome. Fantastically done. Fantastically done. She had motive. She had intrigue. She was like, sometimes you saw her point. You were like, why this happened to her? What happened to her wasn't fair. And that they started changing that, I think.
Right. And I think also, I know Al doesn't like him all that much, but Killmonger is a really interesting villain. You can see those sides of things.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
I think that is something that I think Marvel is starting to do well. Whereas you look at the DC stuff, like Wonder Woman, I did not like their version of Ares.
No.
He was not a great villain.
They kind of got worse. Like the last couple of movies have been really downhill for their villains, and I'm not really sure why. Because like again, look at Nolan's Batman, just
look
fantastic.
at
Bane.
Yeah, Bane.
Even he had a weird voice. He was still a really good villain.
Yeah, very much so.
Hello, One True. Welcome back.
Hello. Scarecrow's interesting. Yeah, so I think in general, I think Batman has the better villains. I just like the character of Iron Man better because I like the fact that there isn't a deviation between Tony Stark and Iron Man. They're interchangeable.
But again, that's such a DC Marvel thing.
It is. It is. And I think because... But yeah, DC's always interesting because they have the big three. They have the three most identifiable characters in the comic book history.
Right.
Where I think Marvel does better as a collective, and you even look at the movies.
Right. They are better when they have everybody in there.
Marvel is best when they team up. And the movies remind me very much of like when I would read comics in the 90s when they would have the crossovers and these huge storylines.
Right. I agree completely. It's because every single one of those movies, like even Thor had Hulk. It was something that was there, and it was a buddy cop film almost, It was fun. And
right. And I think where it gets interesting is DC tends to double up on their villains, where Marvel seems to double up on their heroes.
It'd be interesting if they started adding more villains. Because like you said, look at all the original Batmans, they all had 2 in them.
Yeah.
And
some, yeah. So, or like, Batman, so Batman, you had just Joker. Batman Return, you had
Joker and Two-Face.
Penguin. Oh, you're right. What was Two-Face? Oh my gosh, it's been so long. And then you had, Penguin,
Catwoman.
And Catwoman. And she was kind of your mid. And then they just started getting ridiculous.
Yeah. And one true is correct. DC lost a great Joker when Heath Ledger passed. That is true. He really brought out the villain aspect in DC for me. He really did a great job. Not saying that back in the day that none of those villains did good. Because I loved Michelle Pfeiffer as Selena.
Right.
I loved her. She was great. She really made me want to do that. Like be a cat burglar. Like she. And that
might be one of the reasons why you love these kind of kick-ass tough females that are kind of on the gray.
Right. He says Joel Schumacher ruined the 90s Batman movies.
Thank you. Yeah, he really did. Yeah,
Did he do Forever?
Yeah.
And Robin?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can we have Nightwing, like a cool one?
Because you know why?
Because of Dick.
Yeah. Okay.
Just want to make sure we're on the same page, right?
Okay. Yeah. I would actually love to see something with like Nightwing and Oracle. Would make me really happy. Because even when I was a kid, like I enjoyed Batman's supporting cast. Like I wanted to be Barbara Gordon.
Yeah, I'm not shocked.
Also because she had short dark hair when she was in the Barbara form, and as a kid, I always had short dark hair because my mother and grandmother always cut my hair short because it was too hard to deal with.
That's not a lie. I agree.
Yeah.
But see, okay, so we talked about like verses in movies in book form and comic form. If they were fighting each other, who would win?
Oh my gosh. I think it's going to be Iron Man because of the accessibility to those suits and the different abilities.
And I agree because I think that it's almost an unfair distinction between the two of them that way. Because if Batman was in the same universe, he would have the same technologies that Iron Man had.
Right.
True.
Right.
And he has the same amount of money. More.
No, he has $3 billion less.
But Wayne Industries has 3.1.
You're right. So Wayne Industries
he's not that good. He'll pull money from Wayne Industries.
Yeah.
But he has about the same amount of money. If not more, if he uses his equities and he cashes out his stock, he would be able to compete, I think, if they were on par. Same with Iron Man going to Batman's world.
Right.
But if you're just keeping them the way they are, Iron Man would destroy them.
Yeah. Because the suits.
He has a beam.
Yeah.
Batman makes big toys.
It's very true.
Devil's advocate, Bruce Wayne has his identity hidden, therefore could attack Tony on a business and Cap's side. And that
is actually a really great point. But it would be very unusual for him to do that, I would think. Without having
being
motive.
Bruce Wayne.
Right.
Because he almost seems to, at least recently, splitting it to where Batman does the bad and Bruce Wayne does the good to balance himself out. And will Bruce Wayne do that? I don't know. He probably.
But as we've proven, Wayne Industries spends less money on philanthropy than Stark Industries.
Exactly. And I think if he got caught by Tony, that'd be the problem. Who's smarter then? I guess that goes into that. If he could tackle on the business side, would Tony be able to catch it in time? Is he smart enough to stop Bruce Wayne?
I don't know. I did not find any articles on the IQ of our superheroes.
Who is smarter? Bruce Wayne. Oh, see, Iron Man or Bruce Wayne. That's the wrong way to put it, but it's
Yeah.
People are saying that Tony Stark is.
I do think Tony probably has a 19 int as compared to Bruce's 18.
Right. And it says Bruce Wayne's a better businessman. However,
that makes sense. Yeah.
However, like intelligence-wise, science-wise, because
science-wise, as Rotund does have an advantage as well.
Right. I see that. I'm looking at a lot of people's debates, and they're pretty much saying that Iron Man is more of a genius.
Right.
But Batman is smarter.
Okay. More street smarts.
I get that. I see that.
Okay. So he has a higher wisdom.
Exactly. I could see that.
That makes sense. That makes perfect sense. Right.
A fake proposal and efforts for Bruce to get inside Stark Industries, and that could happen. Like, it'd be interesting to see that sort of attack.
I want to say in the amalgam, when they did the amalgam back, Marvel, I want to say they combined the two characters, but 1 second.
It would be interesting, though. She's Googling the stuffs.
I am. All right, so there we go.
Let's see here. Tony Stark.
Okay, no, they combined. I do remember. Okay, they combined Wolverine and Batman, and so they ended up combining together.
Oh.
For the amalgam.
Oh, okay.
So I was thinking they would combine them, but they did not.
Excellent. So we're almost actually out of time because it's almost 9 for me.
Yes.
Almost 6.
And I need to make pizza because my kid has it's almost 7, and Rye has to be kung fu at 8.
Also, Batman does create toys to target his foes. He does, and that's very true.
He does.
I know. I'm such a Iron Man fangirl at this point. I mean, Iron Man fangirl. That I do love Batman, though.
Yeah, they're both really interesting characters, and they both are DC and Marvel's version of each other.
Right.
Very much so. Where a lot of ways, like Supes and Captain America are the same thing. They're the paladins of the MCU and the MU and DC, the DCU. So I think it's interesting that you do have those kind of archetypes. And I will say it's very likely that Batman did inspire the creation of Iron Man.
Oh, I'm sure he did.
He was around, 33 years before.
Exactly. Oh, and once we get it, work is work. You can always rewatch it.
Yep, you can listen to us, you can watch us.
When I convert to podcast, which is soon.
Yeah.
So my question.
Okay.
We talked about don't even cringe. You know this one.
No, well, might surprise you.
Should we start? Are you going to cross genres? Are you crossing Marvel DC here? Are you going to pick one and then the other? Or?
I'm gonna honestly, my favorite DC. Okay, I have one for each. I do have one for each.
Who is your favorite female superhero?
All right, DC or Marvel first?
DC.
DC? All right, Zatanna.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Girl magic.
Magic.
Because Death isn't a superhero. She's it would be Death if I could choose Death.
Well, of course.
But no, I would definitely say Zatanna.
Okay.
Because I like that magic. I like she's cheeky. I like she's very well educated in magic. And she's fun.
Well, yeah.
And I have a thing for Constantine, so
just a little, a little thing.
Just a little for JC.
What about Marvel? I think I know Marvel, but go ahead.
No, well, who do you think? I'm curious.
For you?
Yeah.
I think you might pick Storm. She's your girl.
She is my girl, but
she's gonna cry.
But no, I think she understands though. It's Rachel Summers. It's the second iteration of Phoenix.
What?
And it's because she comes from this super gross, dark place.
She does.
She really does. Days of Future Past is ugly, and this child was raised in a concentration camp. And she had to hunt down her friends, and it just, and then she got to a place where it wasn't dark, and she actually got to have a little bit of a friendship with her parents.
Right.
And granted, her and Scott's relationship was weird at the very beginning, and it's Scott, and I can't stand him, but I like Jean.
Hate Scott.
I do hate Scott Summers, but my God, just Rachel. and then she sacrificed herself, and she's just a really cool character, and she's so tragic and dark, and
That's adorable.
yeah. Yeah.
One True says Huntress for DC and Marvel would be Psylocke.
Oh,
I like Psylocke.
I like Psylocke now.
Mm-hmm.
I did not like her in the 90s because I like Jean. And back in the 90s, Psylocke, but then again, there was some whole weirdness going on there.
There was. Back in the 90s.
Back in the 90s.
Oh.
Yeah, that is really a hard one, but that's who I'm going to go with. So, how about you, my dear?
DC should be easy to know which one is my favorite.
Yes.
My favorite DC is Raven.
Yes.
Because she's my girl.
She is your girl.
She's my girl. Marvel's harder, only because, again, I'm more bookish, or not bookish,
Right.
movie-ish than bookish.
And there's not enough.
There's not enough females in these story. Like,
Right.
I love Hawkeye, or not Hawkeye. I love Black Widow. She's great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But is she my favorite? I don't know. If I had to pick somebody just out of knowing movies, I might go with Gamora because she's awesome and really cool and great.
And interesting, and is a really competent fighter, and she can kick anybody's butt on that team. Yeah.
Right. But like, I'm more in love with the Raven of DC than I would be with.
Oh yeah, totally.
Right. I mean,
Yeah.
It's weird. It's weird.
One of my favorite memories of Raven was when Starfire and Night were going to get married in the comics. And I just remember the cover of that comic. Because it was something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue. It's a wedding of the century, and no one invited Raven.
That's so funny. I feel bad for Raven in that
I did. And, yeah. And we parodied that in one of our games because one of the characters was a young man of Jewish heritage.
Aww.
And he did not get along very well with our sorceress, who was pretty freaking crazy. She was so my buddy Terry, who's a really great artist, actually drew the cover of this issue, and it was the same thing, but it was the bar mitzvah of the century, and no one invited Siobhan. And she had her character coming out from hell, and it was amazing.
Yeah, it's hard. Like, as I said, I don't think they have they have okay women in Marvel movies right now, but
yeah. Yeah, I mean, I do agree. Like, if I went for Marvel movies, mine would be Storm, just because I love Storm, even though I did not care for Halle Berry's portrayal of her, because I think she should have been played by Angela Bassett. But
right.
Black Panther might change a lot of that because there's some really amazing, strong females in that movie.
I haven't seen it.
I know you haven't.
I'm okay with that.
That's okay.
I'll get to it.
You will. You have young kids, and seeing movies you have to make time for it.
Exactly.
It's not like TV where it's accessible.
True. Okay, so we are out of time.
We are out of time. What do we think for next week?
And She-Hulk is often overlooked, One True.
You're right. The great thing about She-Hulk is she's really intelligent.
Yeah.
Unlike her cousin, who's in Hulk form, she retains her intelligence, which is really cool.
Yeah. Oh, and Dirty Dylan. Yeah, superhero movies, a lot of them are the same. So it's sort of like taste, but I totally see that. Next week, I don't know. We'll have to think about it. Let's see if, let's think this week and see what we get. I don't know.
Yeah. Not sure yet either.
We'll have to figure it out.
Yeah, are we going to go geeky or are we going to go mommy? Or if you guys have any suggestions, we love suggestions, so you can tweet us. And if they want to do that, how do they find us?
They find me at Syringe. What about you?
I'm at Cyberwaif. WAIF, not WAVE.
You could also get Geeklets. That's the channel that we're on. And Raven versus Doctor Strange.
Damn, Sorcerer Supreme. I mean, she would be the Sorcerer Supreme of the DC.
She would be,
and he certainly is of the Marvel.
But she's also like half demon, so like we have to think of that too.
Yeah. Ooh.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it. Well,
he does have the toys though.
Anybody else is watching? Let us know if you want to have a topic for next week.
Yep. Just go ahead and throw that at us.
Are you? That's your topic, Raven versus Doctor Strange. I can.
Do I get a research Raven versus Doctor Strange? Because
What to think about that one? Because I would love that, and you know who wins.
Yeah.
But I do like Doctor Strange. He's an awesome character.
Or we could look at comic book magic.
Ooh, I like that too. Maybe we should do that.
I'm gonna put that on our list because that is a kind of a fun one.
I think the edge of the water.
Yeah, it's kind of fun, isn't it?
Yeah. Just be prepared for my 3-hour lecture on the books of magic and how it relates to the hero's journey with Heroes of a Thousand Faces.
Okay.
It's me. It's me.
Ugh. All right. Well, good night, guys. Love you. We'll
Love
see
you
you
guys,
next Wednesday.
And I will see you. Oh, we don't have game on Friday.
We don't. We'll talk.
No. We'll talk. Oh, we always talk.
We'll have to. Because
I know we have like 2 weeks off a game.
I know.
Between
it's crazy.
no D&D and then no WAD because you guys are going to be on vacation.
But we'll be back for this, though.
I know. So next Wednesday, Mothers of Geeks.
Mothers of Geeks. All right, guys. We love you. Good night.
Bye.